Hello, everybody, and welcome to EDUC 5503 Educational Philosophy here at Shawnee State University. Happy to have you in the online course. My name is Dr. Aaron Brewer, and again, I'm the teacher of record. Each week, you're going to have a screencast that kind of lays out the week. I'm also going to have a little video, I think, that I'll send out as an announcement each week just to kind of give you a feel of there is a human being on the other end of this and to kind of walk you through the different steps of what we do each week. So if you look at your assignment, if you go in and you look at the content and you look at week one underneath introduction and objectives, the objectives are always laid out. And that's at the end of the week, you should be able to answer, you should be able to address what those objectives are stating. For example, identify and explain what they see as virtues and vices of education. So at the end of this week, after reading Aristotle and thinking about virtue and vices, what are the virtues of education? What are the vices of education? So as a teacher, what are those virtues you should seek to obtain, to embody, and what are the vices that you should attempt to avoid? And you can think about that at any level. You've got 5 objectives. You're going to really want to make sure you take a look at those objectives and pay attention to what they're saying. I recommend opening a Word document or writing them down on paper, and then at the end of the week, seeing if you can go back and answer them or answering them through the week. If you keep these in your mindset and kind of in your focus, then all of the readings are geared towards answering or reaching those objectives. Next, you have the lesson resources. In the lesson resources, this is where all the videos and the readings will be posted, or if it's in the textbook, it'll tell you what chapter in the textbook to read. And so this week, at the very top, you'll notice there's a screencast, and that screencast kind of lays out the kind of macro look at the week as far as introduction to educational philosophy. You should complete all of the reading assignments prior to doing the assignment. You can go look at the assignments and see what it is that you're trying to accomplish, but you want to make sure you're not trying to jump ahead. You want to make sure you do all of the reading and watch the videos and take notes and really kind of absorb and think about all that information before you dive in to the assignments. So make sure you do all of those readings. You've got some readings from John Dewey, you've got Plato and Socrates and Aristotle from our read book, and Noddings kind of lays out this pre-20th century philosophical thought. The assignments, the first one that a couple of you have already done is the introduce yourself. It's just a real quick little blurb just so you know where the discussion board is and you understand how that functions. The next one is the actual discussion forum. Make sure you do all of the reading prior to completing these discussion posts, okay? And make sure when you write that you're citing, that you're referencing the readings, and that you're really trying to pull together a singular narrative and writing so that we understand what you're thinking about the reading. This week you have 2 flip grids. Now the flip grids, the first one is just kind of introduce us to you. We want to see you, we want to hear from you, we want to know where you're coming from, why are you in this class, why are you taking the class? Now, the second flip grid asks you a couple of specific questions in response to Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle. And so in 5 minutes, I want you to try to encapsulate what you're thinking about as you read. You don't have to cover everything. You don't have to try to pull quotes from all 17,000 pages. Pick the material that makes sense to you and chew on it. Pick the ideas and the concepts that help you think and work through it to answer these questions. How does the metaphor of the cave apply to education? And what do you believe is the educational good life? Lastly, there's a quiz for you to take. My Philosophic Quiz. It just asks you a set of questions that you'll then score and see where you stand in terms of philosophy of education. And I just want you to let me know and let your peers know, do you agree or disagree with it? Does it seem to fit what you're thinking about as far as education? Do your words match your actions in the classroom? Thinking about education and what you believe to be the purpose of school and what is worth knowing, good teaching, good learning, and who is the educated person. And you'll post that in the last little section there at the very end. So that's this week. You've got some introduction posts for the discussion board, you've got a couple of flip grids to respond to the readings, and you've got a discussion post to write about the readings as well. We're going to ease into this. Next week, we've got a couple of digital products you're going to create, and we're going to dive down into the rest. If you have any questions at any time, please reach out to me. You can email me or give me a call, and I will respond to you and help talk you through it. If you're in Portsmouth, you can meet me face-to-face. If you're not, phone call is just fine. Everybody have a great week, and I'll be in touch. Thank you.